Hello Scorpio, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of January 29th through February 4th. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, we're going to do a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to try to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond what I'm telling you, okay? Remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here we have the Magus, Mercury, the magician, trickster, juggler. Let's see where this is going, all right? We're going to lay out the rest of our Dove and Serpent spread. Interesting. Nice balance of cards. Nice. A lot of major arcana, a lot of good water energy, more major arcana. We're going to do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card, and we're going to put that right there. We're not going to look at it until the very end, so no peeking. Stick around to the end of the video. We're going to see how that'll tie everything together and give us our confirmation. Okay. So we've got major, major, water, major, 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 water, and fire. So I feel like there are a lot of forces involved in your life, karmic forces, spiritual forces, beyond your control. There are a lot of powerful spiritual influences on you right now. Okay. I think it's a very, very important time in your life to, on the one hand, generally, I guess, just to figure out where you're going to go. What is the universe calling to you about? Like, where is the universe pulling you? Where is it pointing you? Where do you belong right now? Okay. I feel like it's a major, major period in your life. There's a lot of, like I said, a lot of karma for you to work out, a lot of clarity that you need to gain, a lot of like stuff to kind of sort through to see the path. Like the path kind of feels a little overgrown and you need to really kind of cut it back a little bit so you can see exactly where you need to go. Okay, I think that's the general message. We could end it here, but we've got a lot of cards to talk about. Let's start with this magician, this Mercury card. I think that you're someone who is very used to getting their way. I mean that in a very, very good way. I think that you're someone who really knows how to mold their circumstances to their own benefit, right? I think that you have a really high intelligence. I think you're a really smart person. I feel like you're university educated, but more than that, I think you have a real like knowledge and understanding of people, how to relate to people, how to talk to people, how to negotiate, right? It's kind of like you've got a real gift for business or for negotiations, agreements, for just kind of making everyone feel like they've won, but yet you walk away holding the bag of money. You know what I mean? It's very, very skillful in that way. So I feel like you're a very good communicator. I wouldn't be surprised if you have a high university education or you have a job in communication somewhere, because I really feel like you have this kind of innate ability to, and it doesn't matter what you're saying, right? You could convince people of anything because of the way that you speak, the words that you use, your inflection. I think you're a very good communicator. Maybe you're even a communications major. I don't know, but I'm getting a really strong sense of that. But you have the intelligence and you have the compassion really to back that up. You know what I mean? It's not like a manipulative thing. It's not a devious kind of thing. It comes from a really good place. And I think you really do want everyone to succeed. And sometimes in order for everyone to win, they have to follow your direction. They have to follow your lead, right? So I feel like in most situations, you feel like you know better than everyone else. But in most situations, you actually do, right? So that's kind of, I think that's your vibe this week at least, you know? That's something I think that is pretty strong with you right now. And that's going to be a really good quality to have as you try to figure out what your spiritual path is, what your life path is, what direction are you supposed to take all of this energy right now, okay? we have some kind of event going on with a water sign person. I feel like it's a younger feminine energy water sign person. They are in some kind of an emotional place. They're in some kind of they're in need of something right now from you. Okay? And I don't know if this is part of your karma, part of your like spiritual path, if this is part of your progress. But whoever this water sign person is, again, younger feminine energy, they're in need of something from you. They have this, they're in an emotional situation. Okay? So this person's going to be crossing your path this week. And I don't know exactly how that's going to relate to everything else, but we'll see. Okay, we'll go through these cards and see what's going on. Beneath the surface with you, we have this Empress card. So I've been told that I need to hold the cards closer to the camera, so forgive me. With the Empress card, I'm almost feeling like there are, as part of your karma, part of your spiritual kind of evolution, there is something going on with a maternal figure in your life. Could be an older sibling, could be an aunt, could be a grandma, could be mom. Some kind of a mother connection here. Okay. And I think that, or at least the feeling that I'm getting, is that this mom person took very good care of you, provided everything that you could want. But it almost feels to me like it was overcompensating for something. That maybe there wasn't a really strong emotional connection, and so that was being compensated for or masked by an overindulgence or like an overabundance of things, or it's just like being too affectionate because that's kind of how you're supposed to be, even though the underlying feelings were kind of lacking, but there was that overdoing it, right? It was a little over the top. I'm getting that connection with a mother type figure. Again, it could be grandma, aunt, older sibling perhaps. But there is that connection. I think that's some energy that is maybe coming through to you via this, a little closer, via this kind of younger water sign, female energy, feminine energy. It could be that there's, this is kind of triggering this Empress energy in you. Okay, it could be kind of activating that memory, that issue, that archetype for you, because of this event with this water sign person who has this emotional need, and for whatever reason that they're coming to you with that. Again, I don't know if it's a younger friend, younger sibling, maybe relative, or something like that. But I'm getting a younger kind of feeling with that person. In the relatively recent past, this could go quite far back, but we see a Two of Wands here. There was some kind of battle for leadership in your life. Okay, I don't know how far back this goes. It could be kind of in your childhood or in your young adulthood, that there was this real definite struggle for who was in charge, right? Maybe there was a debate about who was responsible, who was the authority, who was the guardian. But there's some real struggle with authority in the past. Okay, and it feels like it was you maybe fighting for autonomy, fighting for maybe emancipation, or just rebelling against the authority figures in your life. But I feel like that's a major theme. That's something that you're probably shaking your head right now because you know exactly, like, oh yeah, that was a major thing. And I know we all go through some kind of a rebellious phase. Most of us have issues with authority from when we're kids. I mean, that's pretty general, right? I think for you, it's something more pronounced. It's something that's more than just like, the average rebellion or rebelling against authority kind of vibe. Something more definite, something that had more of a lasting effect on you. Maybe one particular incident that stands out as the symbol of that period in your life, okay? And I think that's part of the part of your path right now, part of this kind of energetic, this spiritual work that we're doing now. Okay, a lot of major arcana cards here, so I'm sorry if this is really going to be hitting on a lot of sensitive spots. Okay, but just bear with me. We have this priestess at the top of the path of the dove. Go a little closer for everybody there who needs a good look at these cards. I will be getting an overhead camera, so that should help with you being able to see the cards more clearly, larger, and The priestess here, I think, is indicating a strong psychic ability in you. I think that you've always had the knowledge that you're on a spiritual path. I think you've always had some kind of, I don't like calling them gifts, because I feel like you kind of earn them in some way, whatever you want to call them. I feel like you have a really strong spiritual sense in you. I think you're very sensitive to the cosmic energies, the spiritual energies, these kinds of divine forces, right? And especially all of these major arcana forces that are really just kind of bombarding you psychically right now. I think that you're very much aware of these already. I don't think that I'm telling you anything you don't already know, even intuitively, I feel like you may be, you might not be someone who works directly with, esoteric subjects. You may not work with tarot cards or tea leaf readings or astrology. I think your blessing, your gift, or whatever it is like more of a direct kind of intuitive psychic understanding of things, or direct knowledge of things. Like for me, I have to use images and symbols to draw this out of me or through me, But I think for you, you're kind of receiving that direct connection, and because we do have this priestess right above this Mercury, right above this Magus card. So it feels to me like you are kind of receiving this information in a very direct way. And part of your eloquence, part of your skill at communication might be such that you aren't really even aware of how you do it. It's almost like you're put in these situations and suddenly you just turn on and things just start flowing out of you, and you're hitting all the right things with people, you're saying all the right things, and it's just like a whirlwind of this energy and eloquence and this vibe that you're putting out, this charm, this intelligence, and things just like happen the way that you want them to, the way you imagine them to. So it's like I said earlier, where you're able to kind of mold the situation you're in. You're able to really mold it in a direction that you want, right? But not how you want, not just how like your ego wants, but in this intuitive kind of divine connection kind of way. You're able to mold things in the proper way, the way that they're supposed to go, according to your divine understanding, your intuitive knowing. So I think you have that connection there with that High Priestess card. I think that's giving you the direction, even if your mind, your ego, your personality doesn't really know what the hell's going on. You've got that connection, that guidance. It's kind of a spiritual guide in a way. What we see in the immediate future, I think we've been through those cards. The immediate future is this Moon card. So this is kind of directly connected with this water sign person, this younger feminine energy. In some way, they're the link to you really sorting out a lot of what might be confusing to you right now. This kind of, not that it's confusing so much, but it's like this dark period. It's kind of like a dark night thing that you're going through. No, not Batman. Like the dark night of the soul, It feels to me not so much like confusion, but like an abundance of images. Too many impressions hitting you all at once. And it's creating a little bit of this, almost like a nightmare kind of landscape, right? It's dark. There's a lot of... a lot of moving images and impressions that are coming in. So it's difficult for you to sort through that. Okay. This could be, it could be emotions really that are taking form in the astral realm. And this may happen in dreams, this may happen in meditation or daydreams even. It may just be something that you kind of feel and that you sense rather than something that you see in your mind's eye. But it is definitely something that needs to be sorted through, and it needs to be this I think is the immediate future. This is like the short-term goals here are to allow this sun to rise, to clear up all of this kind of nightmare landscape that we've got up top there. You know what I mean? To illuminate all of that and to bring it all into awareness so that you can see consciously, mentally, spiritually, all of these, what I think are probably emotions that are clouding your clear perception of your spiritual path. Okay? And I think, again, that this person here, whoever this younger feminine energy water sign person is in some way just the trigger or the catalyst for you to become more aware that this is going on and it's something that you have to deal with. It's something that you have to work through to gain the clarity, or like wait it out, wait for the sun to rise kind of thing. And we've talked about where some of those emotions might be coming from. But I think it's very important to deal with this, okay? And once that's dealt with, okay, once that clarity comes, then we can move over to the path of the serpent. And we're going to do that now so we can read what's going on here. I do just want to say that all of these cards are correct, okay? We never pull an incorrect tarot card. I don't care who you are. But as the interpreter, as the messenger, I might not always understand how these apply to your life specifically. And that's why I ask you to connect directly with the images of the cards, and that's why I should hold them closer to the camera. So you can use your own intuition and go beyond just the things that I'm telling you. So, general energy, here is that Chariot. I think that you are always prepared. I think that you're the kind of person who is always on the verge of that next quest. You're always on the verge of just riding out into the wilderness to do whatever, to accomplish your tasks, your goals, your missions, your spiritual work. And I think that this is really this situation here with this, what feels like confusion, but that's not the right word. Okay, this kind of onslaught of impressions is causing a little bit of hesitation in your Chariot. Okay, you're not sure if it's something that you should set off into that dark wilderness, that wild, unknown land, and battle this thing, or if you should wait. Okay, so that's kind of the dilemma of the Chariot here is, should I stay, should I go? I'm ready. I'm in the Chariot. Sphinxes are all well fed. Chariot's polished, armor's polished and well oiled. Do I set out on the quest or do I wait? So I think that you're someone who is, like I said, very prepared, very well prepared for your kind of spiritual fight. I feel like we're all spiritual warriors here at this channel. And that's why the videos are called The Fight of Your Life is Coming, because we are all spiritual warriors. Okay? Now, it doesn't have anything to do with fisticuffs or literal fighting with other people. It's all a spiritual battle that we're involved in. Okay? We're spiritual warriors. But I think you're having that dilemma now of whether you should stay or whether you should go into that wilderness and do battle. But as a general vibe with you, you're someone that's always prepared. You're someone that is always ready at a moment's notice to pick up and go fight for what you believe in. I think you're a very good friend to the people that you care about. And I think whoever this person is, you're going to, you will take up arms in their defense at a moment's notice, because that's the kind of person you are. You cherish your friends and you would pretty much do anything for them. Within reason. Within the bounds of the law, of course. But that's your vibe. And I think in some circumstances, you're not always sure if you're overstepping the boundary, right? Because you are so ready to go out and fight for what you love, fight for who you love. that you don't always know when you should kind of refrain from doing that, you know? So that's the kind of dilemma. Should I stay? Should I go? That's your general energy, but I feel like you're ready to go, and I think with this younger feminine energy water sign person who is in need of some kind of emotional assistance, or maybe just some kind of assistance in general, but it's going to trigger those emotions in you. I think that is a quest that you need to take. Okay, you need to accept that quest. The next card that we have, thankfully, is not a major arcana. This is the Three of Cups. I think that this is a lot of, again, this kind of loving your friends kind of vibe. This is the card's in the position of your environment. Okay, I think you're someone who really does love to celebrate your friends. It's almost like you are that questing knight. And when you return home successfully, it's celebration, right? Because you're with the people that you love. You are you're making progress. There's challenges and battles. It's a spiritual fight, you know, but you're making progress. You're not just idling. You're not going backwards. It seems like it's a real challenge for you right now with all of these major arcana cards. And there's still a couple more to come. But I think this is a really good thing to focus on, is that despite all of these challenges, this heavy karma, this real spiritual work that you're doing, you always have time to enjoy yourself and celebrate your friends, celebrate your loved ones, be there for each other. And I think you're filled with a lot of this love energy, a lot of this water energy. It's kind of coming from this Ace of Cups at the top, pouring into these two cups. So this is really you with that kind of, not that you're the life of the party, but you're almost like the source of love and happiness and joy for a lot of people. You know, I think people really do love you and cherish you, and they love to be around you, you know, and they know that they could always rely on you. You've got that chariot energy about you, and they know that you will always have this warm, loving, accepting, nurturing vibe about you. Okay. Now, that's not to say that everything's always sunshine and roses with you. You know, you sometimes need to recharge, refill your Ace of Cups so that you have, you know, enough love and compassion and affection to, you know, to give out to your loved ones, you know. So this is not an infinite source of this water energy. This is something that needs to be replenished. And I hope that you take time to do that. So this card also is a lot about making sure that your environment is one that can help you restore yourself. You know, make sure it's an environment that takes care of you as much as you take care of everyone else in the environment. You know, very important, I think. There is something unexpected taking place in your life. I think that this is a lot of progress for you. This is the Tower card. This is in the position of your fears and worries. So this is some more kind of internal energy for you. I think this is really on the verge of this breakthrough. With all of this energy, especially with this Moon card. This Moon card is right on the brink of that very important breakthrough, very important change. And this is you really feeling like this is a volcano about to erupt, okay, in a good way. All this energy is going to be released. I think you're going to be really breaking through some of this karma, some of this heavy spiritual work. You're going to get past it. You're going to make the progress that you're looking for, okay? And I think you're ready for that. I think that you have really thought a lot about this. Like, again, I think you have these very intuitive gifts, this very strong connection with spirit. And I think you're ready. I think you see this big change coming, this big shift in energy, this big breakthrough. It's like you are working toward getting free of all of this kind of karma, this web of what I think is emotion and the past issues, the karma, basically, right? For lack of a better word. You're ready for that breakthrough. And what we see next is really amazing. It's the Fool card that comes last, that comes as the final kind of outcome, the more long-term outcome, let's say. And this is real freedom. This is a real breath of fresh air. This is a real deep breath and relax. okay? Because the Fool's all about the air. The Fool is all about letting go of the past, letting go of the future, just being here now and experiencing the joy and the sunshine and the opportunities and the freedom, right? And I don't think this is going to come as a surprise to you. I think that you are really looking to break through this kind of karma, this heaviness, this spiritual work. You're really going to break through, and on the other side of that castle wall, right, is this Fool energy. Now, this Fool energy, we don't want to speculate about the future because this Fool can go anywhere, do anything. It's free. It's free to expand in every direction all at once. And this is some real wisdom that comes from all of these challenges that you're going through. You're really gaining from all of these challenges, right? And this is also a returning to innocence. So it's almost like you're shedding all of that baggage, you're shedding all of that karma, all of that heaviness, and you're starting fresh. You're starting again with a kind of a clean slate in a way, you know. But at the same time, you still have all of that experience. So it's like any kind of guilt or struggle or any negativity, any heavy baggage, karma is going to be relieved. And it's this lightness, this airy kind of Fool energy. And that's really, really special. And I'm so glad that comes at the end of the path of the Serpent as the more long-term outcome. But what we're going to look at now is this mystery card. I don't know what this is. I don't even have a speculation. I should have. I got a flash of some Earth cards. Right before I turned this over, I was thinking some Earth. And here we have the Ten of Pentacles, coins, diamonds, discs, and this is really a successful future. This is, you know, the rest of your life really is going to be filled with wealth. It's going to be very lucrative, very rewarding, not just financially, not just practically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually, intellectually. It's a real wealth. And I think that going through all of this experience, dealing with all of this energy, you really are becoming a more wealthy person. You know, a wealth of wisdom, a wealth of experience and knowledge, a wealth of compassion and understanding. So I think some really high spiritual attainments are going to be manifesting for you. And of course, you can apply all of that to some real practical success in business and career and employment and your health and well-being, you know. So often on the spiritual path, we neglect the physical part of it, right? We neglect the lowest aspect of the tree of life, and that is our physical, you know, structures. So we have to take care of ourselves, you know. And you have to build up your health, your wealth, your fitness, and your finances. And I think you'll be in a much better place to do that when we have this breakthrough and we embrace this Fool energy that's coming. Such an amazing reading for you. I really do love all of this energy. And I'm really excited for, you know, for all of the work that you're doing and for the results and the outcome of that work. I think it's going to be tremendous for you. We're going to take a look in the extended. If you want to stick around and check out the extended reading, click on the link that's right there. And you can have access to all of the extended readings for all of the videos, weekly, monthly, everything, for all signs. Okay. This was your weekly tarot reading for January 29th through February 4th here on Dove and Serpent Tarot.